We were poor, Dad. Really poor. And not the kind of poor people write poems about. The kind where ugali and strong tea had to last us days. You were two people. When you were sober, you made us laugh. You called me your boy, and you told me I'd grow up to be someone great. But when the bottle took over, so did your darkness. I think I can feel his pain. Their father is sick, and they're torn in between whether to show up or to pay back.
This is the Unapologetic Mic, where unspoken words finally find a voice. No scripts, no filters, no judgment. Speak your truth, own your story.
Dear Dad, I don't even have the capacity to start this letter with greetings. My heart is too crushed for pleasantries. Maybe because the pain runs so deep, words feel too small, but here I am, trying. We were poor, Dad. Really poor. And not the kind of poor people write poems about. The kind where ugali and strong tea had to last us days. Where I learned early that hunger makes your stomach growl and your heart harden. And even with all that, maybe we could have survived if home had felt safe. But it didn't. Not with you. You were two people. When you were sober, you made us laugh. You called me your boy, and you told me I'd grow up to be someone great. You showed up at prize giving days and cheered like a proud father should. But when the bottle took over, so did your darkness. You'd come home late, shouting, throwing things and breaking whatever your hands could find. And sometimes you broke us too. We'd squeeze into that tiny room with Mom. All of us, 7 of us, huddled together like sacred animals, locked the door and hold our breath, praying you'd pass out before the chaos began. Dad, I hustled through school, studied by candlelight, wore borrowed uniforms, walked for kilometers because we could not afford fare. You drank the little we had, and yet I kept going. I told myself I wouldn't become you. And now, you're sick. Your body's breaking down from the very thing you chose over us, alcohol. All those years of drinking have caught up with you. Now you're weak, needing us, depending on the same children who once hid from your rage to now show up with care and compassion. I wish I could say I'm at peace, but I'm not. It's hard feeding the same man who let me go hungry. It's hard wiping the face of someone who made me cry for years. It's incredibly hard for me to spend my hard-earned money taking care of someone who chose to spend his on alcohol. Sometimes I sit next to your hospital bed and all I see is the past playing on repeat. But I still show up. Not because I've forgiven you and definitely not because I've forgotten. I show up because someone deep in me, the boy who just wanted his father's love, still exists. And maybe showing up is how I start to heal. Maybe this is how I take my power back. But please know, this isn't easy. I'm still trying to forgive, still trying to understand, still trying to show up. Your son. Oh. I think I can feel his pain, given that he, in his mind, he still feels his father had a choice of not taking the alcohol path and being a present dad. of which maybe if we ask his father, he did not even know what was going through as an alcoholic, because that's also a chain that you're locked in, and you really don't understand how to go about it. But it does not justify anything. For me, when I look at this situation, I see a situation of being able to speak early might be a solution, assuming the family addressed this alcohol issue early by having conversations with people around and letting everyone understand what alcohol had made their dad become. Maybe would have been a path for a solution at that time, and being able to reprimand the behaviors, and being able to understand the root cause being alcohol, and knowing what to do about it. But now, time is everything, and that one passed, so they can't recreate the past. But now here is a time when their father is sick, and they're torn in between, the son specifically torn in between whether to show up or to pay back. But still, there is that aspect that we can see that's so strong in him, that maybe showing up brings that gap of having a father love, having a father close, despite everything that happened. So for me, this letter is a double-edged letter. Understanding what the son went through and the family, and also looking at the dad in this situation that is very helpless. And my take home would be, maybe I'm not a family man, but soon maybe as a family man. There are chains that if you're stuck inside, they really affect the people around you so hard. You wouldn't notice, but sometimes anger builds up, and one day in life you really come to understand that you did a lot of harm by you being in that situation. So I think some decisions should not just be made on an individual capacity, but also on how the people around you are affected by those decisions. Because even if we say we want to blame it on the alcohol, we might argue there was a day one. Yes, there was a day one for the person starting to get into that behavior of drinking. And if they had thought well of the life of people around them and how it's going to impact them, then maybe there would have been some sense of responsibility. So I see that as a understanding that choices have impacted the people surrounding you. And in this case, the dad is lucky the son found a way to become someone better. But what if the son also became someone as he was, and decided that at this moment when the dad needs him more, maybe it's payback time, or maybe he's an alcoholic, or who also cannot do anything to make the life's dad better. So it's something I know many people will be in this situation. If it's happening currently, the best thing will be to make sure even other people know about it at the moment, so that you can see how you can be able to correct it at the earliest point possible. If it already happened, sometimes you really need to understand also, and that having that pain and that weight in you might keep on damaging and adding more pressure to you. So you can't say let's heal. Just say find a way to understand why some things happened, and how you can make the future better. Yeah, I think that's all I see from this. But it's quite a situation that can interfere with your moral compass. But I hope they're going on well. I hope everything will be okay for the son and the dad.
Have you found yourself in a situation where you were supposed to forgive someone, but you find it hard to forgive them because of maybe something that you do?
yes, it happens. It happens. Especially with relatives, you find yourself in a situation. There are things that happened long ago that you really need to overlook now. But the question is, themselves, do they really understand the damage they caused? Or are they just okay with that situation? If they get another chance, will they still do it? For me, I believe in forgetting even before forgiving. I say some chapters we just need to forget them, even if we don't need to forgive, because forgiving has been made to appear like something that we need to do when we are wrong. But do we ever look at the people causing that damage and try to see, am I forgiving someone who really understands that they need to be forgiven, or is someone who will do this thing again and again? So I found myself in such a situation, and I really find it hard to understand whether to forgive you or not. And I think I'm one of the people that I think I hold grudges for so long. It's a bad thing. I'll try to improve on that. But I tend to believe that people don't wrong by mistake. It defines who they are. So you might let that slide and another big situation comes up. So I take it as a learning thing and now understand how to handle that specific person better. In fact, I usually say people are bad until they prove they're good. I just personally learn not to expect. I don't have expectations. Like happiness is just you alone, and everyone has their own path of life. Everyone is responsible for their own happiness. So sometimes that thing that someone is doing to hurt you is making them happy. So they are loyal to their happiness. They are loyal to their happiness. So you might blame, but it's because you are depending on them to make you happy. So happiness is just you, and stop having expectations. But in such situations where someone is growing up, and yes, happiness is you, but you are a kid who depends on your family, it becomes hard to handle that case, unless you open up to other people who might see it on a different perspective. Naye nakuwaga mtu wa revenge, hiyo sitadanganya. Na naweza show up after 10 years mimi. Vizuri tu yani. Yani mi najaribu nisikuwe mtu wa revenge. But nimegundua naweza sinki imeisha, lakini at the right time I show up at the right time. But sometimes revenge just creates other wounds and a chain of nipe nikupe. So there's a saying that says you put your enemies closer, at your friend closer, and your enemies closer. Hakuna bana. Be cautious. Be cautious. Sometimes you might be giving second chance, but it's a second opportunity for it to happen well. So yes, I've forgiven you. You are a nice person, but there are some boundaries and limits that we keep, so that tusijipate mahali sema see, it's one bitten twice shy. If someone messes you for the first time, it's their problem. For the second time, it's your problem. And we why do we forget that we are in the biological space? We are animals. It's animals and plants. So if you look at the Nat Geo things and you understand how the animal universe work, then you come to the human universe, you realize that basically we are governed by law. That's why we can't do some things. Like we can't wake up and murder because there is a law that tells us no. What if that law was not there? Maybe it will be that we are vile tu simba zinamkaga asubuhi and it's kwa jungle ni kukimbia. Ni kukimbia tu. Like hakuna kuthink twice. Survival for the fittest. The weakest lion is chased away from the pride to go and die. And the strongest one, even the young ones, they're sometimes even the animals that even go and throw the young ones on the cliffs. The eagles do that also. Is it the eagle?
Even zebras.
Zebras.
If a zebra wants to mate and the lady has a calf, it kills the calf.
Oh.
Yes.
Kills the calf.
Unless it's 3 years old.
Yeah.
When others come and younger, it kills the calf for it to have a chance to mate with them.
Yes. So if you look at that and you understand as animals, we purely have the animal instinct, which is preying predators. That's how the human world works. But laws are the ones that govern us. If right now, if breaking up becomes a law, that if you break up, it's a crime, the rate of breakups will reduce. They'll reduce. Because there are consequences attached on it. So we cannot ignore that fact that there's still the animal side of us, and it can show up anytime. Because animals do not negotiate. It's about me, and me. Yeah. It's about kama simba imeangusha swara na fisi zikaiba swara, like hakuna discussion, imeisha hivyo, ni kesho. That's even if you look at even dating world, you'll understand vile wanyama ubehave. Saa ingine watu taka kubehave tu hivyo, watu taka tu kubehave hivyo. So at the back of your mind, operate knowing that we don't have laws, and the world will be a better place. If you understand that we don't have laws, then you'll know how to really protect yourself. And laws govern us. They're there to help us be human, but we are animals. So if you look at this situation, that law aspect would have applied if there was violence. There's violence that's there, and people kept quiet. So now you see the man is becoming an animal because somehow these laws cannot govern him, and he's not conscious of what can happen. Kumbe nakuwaga mdeep, kumbe nakuwaga msharp. Sijawahi jua.